Have we just got the most OP weapon in the game? Let's take a look. Hey, how's it going, and welcome back to the channel and Skyrim. So we've got our little recurring follower after one other thing now, which be fantastic for our build, and they're the Spider Scrolls. What we do, we have to go to White Ridge Barrow. That's a Nordic ruin located in the northern part of Solstheim. Contains a lot of reavers, spiders, droggers, even a dragon piece. Now we won't just get the scrolls there, we'll also get a word wall, a dragon priest mask, and a black book. I've done a full playthrough on this, so check it out. It's definitely worth watching, and it's definitely worth going. And if you like my video, please leave a like and please leave a comment. I don't get paid for doing this, so a bit of interaction would be nice. And if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. As I've already done a video showing exactly where and how you get them, in this video I'll go through what they are, how we make them, ingredients required for each type, and we'll take them out for a test drive, and I'll give my opinion on which one I think are worthwhile. It's a bit longer than I want it to be, but there's so much to get through, so let's crack on. So first things first, what are Spider Scrolls? Well, they're a unique type of scroll that are found in White Ridge Barrow. They function like any other regular scroll, the only difference being the spider is not conjured but rather alive and held in the hand before it's thrown at an enemy. A maximum number of 6 can be summoned at one time, and there are 3 exceptions to that which I'll go through later. Okay, these can only be created in an imbuing chamber, which as far as I know there's only the one found in White Ridge Barrow. If you know of any others, please let me know. Using the imbuing chamber is very simple. Just search the imbuing chamber, store all the ingredients for whichever scroll you wish, then activate the chamber, and there you have it, a scroll. Using a flawless version of the required gemstone doubles the number of spiders produced. The soul gem for mind control spiders does not need to be filled. The type of soul gem has no effect either, so it can be petty or grand, empty or full. Any combination of spider pods, gems and soul gems can be placed in the imbuing chamber. Once they're all placed inside, activating the switch again and again will produce one successful combination per pull, saving time. Okay, so your main offensive spiders are broken down into flame, frost, poison and shock, so you can tailor specific spiders to an enemy's known weaknesses, and these can be further broken down into different variants, such as jumping spiders, which will launch themselves at nearby enemies and explode if they land near them, a cloaked spider that will cause damage to enemies that get too close, exploding spiders where you toss a dead spider on the ground, which will explode when an enemy gets too close. Okay, I'll leave a link in the description for the recipes for all the spiders, but as you can see, they've got a common ingredient and it's a gemstone that changes. One thing to bear in mind though is the flawless gem will give you the double amount of scrolls, so that's important. Okay, there are 4 other kinds of spiders where the animations pretty much the same. You'll see these in a little demo later on. But they're the mind control spider, and you've seen my playthrough, see what they do. The glowing spider, I'll show you that later on, and probably one of the most useful, the pack spider, really handy, and probably the most OP thing in the game, the oil spider, and I'll show you that later on. Okay, the first of these little darlings we're going to take out for a test run is the exploding spiders. The common ingredient for these is a damaged albino spider pod, a ruby for flame, sapphire for frost, an amethyst for shock, or an emerald for poison. Now these spiders are dead, and they can act in 2 ways. You can launch your enemy like a hand grenade, or you can lay a trap with them, almost like a rune in effect. But in this example, I'm going to launch them at my enemies, and I'll make a mistake later on, and so you can see the limitations. That took care of the dog, pretty damn sharpish. I don't like killing dogs. Okay, got this little chap. That's him done. They're pretty effective, as you can see. I think you have to practice launching them over any distance, though. You can do that by quick saving and just having loads of goes. That guy's quite a high level, and he's down. Now the bandit chief here is quite tough. And where is he? There he is. This is right. Miss. Yeah, completely miss. He stopped. And again, I didn't get close to him. Okay, next up to toe the line is the jumping spiders. Common ingredient: albino spider pod, plus a ruby for flame, a sapphire for a frost, amethyst for shock, and an emerald for poison. Now, effectively, these work by following you around and then launching themselves at your enemy. However, these are fairly weak and can be killed quite easily. Out of all the spiders, probably these are one of the ones that I'd least recommend. They're a little bit fickle, and if you're in a tight spot, they're liable to let you down. And here, I'll show you, I'm going to launch 6, and they'll explode if they touch another spider, so you've got to be very careful when launching them as well. Again, look, that one exploded. And particularly the flame ones seem to be... yeah, see? So I'm not sure if I'd recommend these or not. If you are going to use them, lay them down before you go into a fight, not during a fight. Okay. But when they do work, boy. That's taking care of the poor dog. Okay, I'm launching them before I actually get down to the main part of the cave where we meet the harder hitters. Come on, boys. Come to daddy.
Time to end this little game.
You see, they're not that effective. That's him done. You see, he kills them quite easily. So yeah, I really wouldn't recommend these, especially if you're in a tight spot. They're much better options. Eventually they get the job done though. Okay, next up to bat are the cloaked spiders. Common ingredient for these is now being a spider pod plus a salt pile. So now you know what you want to pick them up for. For flame again, ruby, frost, sapphire, shock, amethyst, and poison, emerald. Now, these aren't the most glamorous of all the spiders in terms of the way they interact with explosions and jumping and blah blah blah, but they're damn effective, as we're about to see. Okay, in we go. So, what you want to do with these guys is launch them before you go into any kind of combat, if you can, obviously. You can have up to 6. Now that goes with most of the spider types, apart from 3. So 3 types you can't, but the rest you can have up to 6. Here you go. And they straight away attack him. And it's interesting, only one went for him that time. Now these don't die after initial contact, and they're not so easy to kill as the jumping spiders. Wait for them to catch up. And job done. He's down. And then I just leave them to take care of him. Job done. Very effective. Really recommend these guys. Very good. Next up is the most ridiculous of them all, the oil spiders. Now, ingredients for this is now being a spider pod plus dwarven oil. So when you're round in those ruins, pick them all up. They weigh nothing, by the way, so grab as many as you can. Now, in my opinion, these are completely OP. You see later on, and you can do a lot of damage to yourself. What you will need is a destruction flame kind of spell. Just your normal flame, want to be fine. Okay. Let's watch these little buggers go. Again, you can have up to 6 out. You don't need 6 out. You just really don't. Okay, so that's ridiculous. A couple more. Be honest, just one will do. Completely open. But can you see the damage I'm doing to myself? So you have to practice with these so you get it right. Otherwise, you will be killing yourself all the time. But these are so much fun. I'd say in a cave, possibly, they're not the best. I'd go maybe in a castle or ruins if you've got some space around. Because you have to avoid damaging yourself. Because these do a lot of damage. Oh yeah. Make sure you got some potions when you're using these things. Oh, and that goes for your followers as well. Job done. They're fantastic. But your follower gets steamed, you get steamed, and so you can quite easily die using these. So I suggest you quick save and practice with these. And get the healing hand spell. Heal other. There you go, that'll do. Okay, really recommend them. They're absolutely brilliant, but practice first. Okay, now we're moving on to the more obscure ones. This one's a mind control spider. Ingredients are being a spider pod plus a soul gem. Now the soul gem can be any kind, empty or full, so it can be a petty or a grand. It doesn't matter, empty or full. So I'd suggest empty petties are the cheapest way to do it. It's worth noting that the recipe only yields 1 spider at a time, so bear that in mind. Now, this effect can turn almost anything of any level into an ally, including whole guards. Now, essential non-combatants like Jarls and merchants aren't affected. Once the effect wears off, the affected person wanders off as usual, and you've lost the spider. Using the spider on any citizen will count as an assault, and killing that person will count as a murder, so bear that in mind. But these could be absolutely fantastic if you're soloing in a barrow or a ruin. So we'll do it on the dog, see if animals are affected. Yep. Let's see if the dog attacks him. Yep. There you go. So now we'll turn him.
Don't go setting the place on fire, okay?
Okay, sneak in here. And really handy if you're coming up against a boss that you don't think you can handle. So you just get one of the tougher ones to come with you. And then you can turn the boss onto your side and kill him at your leisure. Job done. So now he's dead. You just take care of this guy. Very effective. I do like these, and I can see he's being very handy. But bear in mind, 1 spider per scroll, that's it. So use sparingly. Okay, next up, 2 spiders, glowing spider, ingredients, albino spider pod plus glowing mushroom, a pack spider, ingredients, albino spider pod plus bone meal. One is fairly useless and one is fantastic. Now, the glowing spider, this is really good, except, and there's no way the devs could have done this, it doesn't go in front of you, so it's always behind you. So it's kind of good if you're searching round a dark tomb somewhere. It can be good, and use it with a torch and or mage light, whatever. This little beauty is fantastic. I think it carries up to about 50, I think. Both these spiders can only use 1 spider at a time. The pack spider will follow you around. Okay. Okay, all you do is interact with him as normal. If you can get to him. Come on, where are you, little bugger? Come here. Okay, so you talk to him and then you just store your stuff in him. Or give the stuff. And where all okay, there you go. Now, these will fast travel with you. And just to prove it, we'll leg it out the cave and we'll fast travel back to Whiterun. Become the little puppets. Okay. I won't take them home. No, I'll take them to Whiterun. There you go. And as you can see, the glowing spider's died, but the pack spider's still there. Really, 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 really handy if you're getting tight on stuff in some quest somewhere. So, 1,000,000% you've got to grab one of these. If none others, you've got to grab this one. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. Okay, in summary, what do I think? I think these are great. Probably not so much the jumping spiders or the glowing spider, but the rest are fantastic. The oil spider's a bit OP. Probably wouldn't use it all the time. But honestly, guys, you have to get them. They're a lot of fun and they're really useful. So if you want to find out how to get them, I will include a link in the description showing you exactly where and how you find these little lovelies. Enjoy, guys. Later. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, and please do subscribe. If you'd like to see more videos like this, then push the bell next to the subscribe button after you subscribe, obviously. Later.